Hi everyone, welcome to this video on getting started with the Query Builder component of Syncfusion in a Blazor server application. In this video, I will explain how to create a Blazor application and add Syncfusion Blazor package. Then I will show you how to add the Syncfusion Blazor Query Builder component to the Blazor server application. After creating the Query Builder component, I will show you how to add columns and filter the data by adding conditions to it. Finally, I will show you how to get rules from the Query Builder. To explore all the features of the Query Builder component, visit our website link provided in the above YouTube card. You can create a Blazor application using either Visual Studio 2019 or Visual Studio Code. In this video, I will create a server-side Blazor application using Visual Studio 2019. I have installed the .NET Core SDK 3.12. To follow along with this video, one should have a basic understanding of C#, HTML and CSS. You can also watch a detailed video on Blazor and Syncfusion controls titled Create a Blazor server app and add Syncfusion Blazor components, which I have shared in the YouTube card. Now, let me create a Blazor project first. I select the Blazor app template, provide the project name, My Blazor Server App, and click Create. Here, the Blazor Server app was selected by default, and I proceed by clicking the Create button. Now, Visual Studio has generated a Blazor Server application. To use Syncfusion Blazor components, I need to install the Syncfusion Blazor NuGet package in my application. To do that, I open the NuGet package manager by right-clicking the project file and selecting Manage NuGet packages. Under the Browse tab, I search for the Syncfusion Blazor package. I select it and click the install button. The installation is completed now. When you check the dependencies folder and the packages folder, and you will find the Syncfusion Blazor package added to this application. Next, the Syncfusion Blazor service must be registered in the services container. For that, I open the startup.cs file and use the Syncfusion Blazor namespace. Within the configure services method, I make a call to the add Syncfusion Blazor method. This makes Syncfusion Blazor services available within the application. Next, I must register a valid Syncfusion license key. To do so, in the configure method, I call the Syncfusion licensing Syncfusion license provider static method register license. You also need to pass your Syncfusion license key as a string parameter in the register license method. I have done this off screen. Within the pages folder, open the host.cs HTML file. Within the head tag, add the required CSS file to render the Syncfusion Blazor components. In this example, I refer the CSS file from the installed Syncfusion Blazor package. Now, let me add the Syncfusion Blazor Query Builder to the index component. I use the Syncfusion Blazor Query Builder namespace to access the Syncfusion Blazor Query Builder component. Adding this namespace here will allow me to use the component markups. Also, I can import this namespace in the imports.razor page to make it available to all the Razor components within this application. I remove the existing code and type a SF Query Builder tag. Then I create a list of columns to build a query. To bind columns in the Query Builder, you may need to define the needed columns as an array within the Query Builder columns tag. Within the Query Builder columns tag, I define 5 columns using Query Builder column tags. I have defined employee ID, first name, hire date, country, and city. The field property refers the column names defined in the data source. The label holds the display text for that column in the Query Builder. The type property holds the data type for that column. I save the file and run the application. As you can see, the Query Builder has added columns. I then create rules by adding conditions. I select the employee ID, choose the not equal to operator, and set the value to 1001. I click the add button. I can add a new condition to the current group or create a new group. I select add condition and select the country field, an equal to operator, and provide the filter value as England. Rules can be set programmatically. To achieve it, in the SF Query Builder tag, I add a Query Builder rule tag, and in it, I add the condition property and set the value or, and add rules property and set the variable employee rules. In the code directive, I implement this variable as list of rule model, employee rules, and assign a new list of rule model. I add a new rule model. I add the field as employee ID, operator as not equal, and value as 1001. I add another rule model. I set the field property as country and operator as equal and value as England. Now I save the file and run the application. You can see the rules set at the initial control load. Now I will show you how to import rules to the query builder when I click a button. To access the query builder object in the C# code block, I need to add a reference in the query builder tag. So I add the ref attribute and set the value to query builder obj. I remove the query builder rule tag for clarity. Within the code directive, I create a variable of SF query builder type and name it as query builder obj. Now I create rules to import in the query builder when a button is clicked. To create a button component, I use the Syncfusion Blazor buttons namespace and add the SF button tag and set the content as add rules. I then set the CSS class with the built-in class e-primary so that the button will act as the primary button in this page. I add the onClick event and set the method name as add rules. I add a break tag for alignment. I create a variable of rule model type and name it rule model. And in it, I add the condition property and set the value or. And add rules property. I copy paste the rules from the employee rules object. I block this employee rules variable code for better clarity. I implement the add rules method and in it I call the query builder objects set rules method and pass the rule model object. Now I save the file and run the application. I click the add rules button and the same rules were imported to the query builder. Next, I will show you how to set the rules using the SQL query. In the add rules method, I block the set rules method call and call the query builder objects set rules from SQL method and pass the SQL query as employee ID not equal to 1001 or country equal to England. I save the file and run the application. I click the add rules button and the same rules are imported to the query builder from SQL query. I will show you how to export rules from the query builder on button click. I add a SF button tag and set the content as get rules. Next, I add CSS class property and set the value to e-primary, then add onClick event and set the method name as get rules. Now I implement this get rules method within the code directive. I add a private async method get rules and within it I create an object of rule model type named rule and set the value as await query builder obj dot get rules. This method will return the rules set from the query builder. To get valid rules, I need to use the getValidRules method by passing this rule object. GetValidRules method returns only the completed rules from the query builder and will skip incomplete or invalid rules. I create a variable of type rule model and name it valid rule and assign the value await query builder obj dot getValidRules and pass the rule object as parameter. To get the SQL query from the same, I create a string variable SQL, assign the value await query builder obj dot get SQL from rules and pass the valid rule object. Let me place a breakpoint here. I save the file and run the application. I click the add rules button. You can see the rules added to the query builder. Now I click the get rules button. The breakpoint hits. Here you can see the generated SQL query. If you need more information about the Syncfusion Blazor query builder component, you can refer to our online documentation. A link is provided in the description of this video. Finally, let me summarize the main points. I have explained the steps to create a Blazor application and add the Syncfusion Blazor package. Then I showed you how to add the Syncfusion Blazor Query Builder component to the Blazor server application. Finally, I explained how to add columns and filter the data by adding conditions to it, and how to get the rules from the Query Builder. You can download this working example from the GitHub link in the video description below. You can also see about getting a free license key to use our Blazor products if you are eligible for our community license. If you found this video useful, click the like button and subscribe to our channel to get notifications about new videos. Thanks for watching.